Well, on the gala we're gonna go up and do a little talk on rods. S4 SALAR, it's our fourth series, and gonna have Thomas explain a few things, and Thomas and I are the guys doing this with, of course, help of the whole team. Where the policy of the company is to try to gather as much information as possible, as much knowledge as possible, meaning everybody has to say what is good, what is bad. S4s. Well, we're on the gala,
Yep.
Thomas and I, and it's the first day we have some sun. It's been raining ever since we came. And first SALAR rods was made with Arild Snekkenes back in the 90s. And then, 4 years ago, we made S2, and then we upgraded a little bit on S3. And now we're doing S4. Grab one here. Talk a little bit on the design. I have a few things I wanted. First of all, I wanted to have the butt we have on the S2 and S3. We took down the color a bit. It's because I want my hand to slide in with the butt, so I get 2 fingers free, so I can hold my loops there. And then I wanted a short handle, because when I fish it, I like to slide my forefinger out on the blank to get 2 fingers free to hold the loop. So the handle is short. You're the casting professor, but someone said to me that the distance between your hands is the distance from elbow to hand.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of a regular advice, but of course it's personally for people.
But this is
Yeah. Well,
wood chopping that
yes.
will not be good for your casting. We changed materials.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about it and explain, Thomas.
Well, the S2 and S3, we had, let's say, the last generation of the first step of the nano graphite prepregs, and some call it Sintrix, some brands, and that kind of material we had in those. And they were super strong, really strong. And now we wanted to go into the lighter and stiffer market with we had 2 options of different material. But eventually we chose the Toray prepreg, and it's super light. And also now we are happy with how strong it is, because it took a while with some samples.
Doing a deep action rod, it sometimes ends up with something that doesn't have any power.
Yeah.
But I would say that S4s are the most powerful rods I fished.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think.
Yeah, but absolutely, they are super good, and people who try them, they are amazed of the properties in the rod, because they're crispy and light.
Yeah. We are taking material from Japan. We're producing in Korea. And you said a few things about, and you said we're not going to tell everybody everything, but you said that a little bit about the production, how to end up with something this light and powerful, but still you feel it's alive.
Yeah. Well, what I really told was that we hear people talking about different material, like the T1100, which is the Toray there, but there are variations of it, because all this prepreg is a combination of different layer of different kind of fiber structures and direction of them, and they put them together. So part of the material comes from Japan, and some part comes from Korea, and they folded together and added the glue into it. So we practically have a finished sheet, so they can roll them around what they call mandrel, a form to make the shape of the rod there.
the reason we ended up with some stuff from Japan and some from Korea is just that we wanted the very best.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, exactly. That's what it have been over. I mean, in this market, Korea is the, some call them the Asian Germany with high technology, really good factories, high quality.
Well, that's one thing. And then we did something that I've been saying I'm super surprised that not all producers do. We had a measuring tape first, but then we put the measuring straight on the blank. So you just slide up your fish. You don't have to take it out of the water. You just put your rod and slide the fish up, hold the tail by the butt, and you read it.
Yeah, every 5 centimeters.
Yeah. So and I don't know. We made it to 130.
Yeah, it's a fish in the end there. So
I think we should do 150.
So
No, 130 is possible.
yeah, it's possible, but
That doesn't happen often.
doesn't happen often. No.
And then, what to say? Rings, Thomas.
The
Rings.
guides.
Guides.
Yeah. Well, we have the titanium. We had a discussion if we need it or not, because titanium is resistant to the salt water and so on. But sometimes it tends to be a rust in those kinds of guides, the regular chrome ones. So we use titanium. They are a little bit softer. And also for the S4, we have shifted to single-footed snake.
Yeah.
To give it a little bit lighter in the tip. We don't want to have, the purpose is to minimize the swing weight.
Yeah.
To have
What is swing weight? That's interesting. Tell us about that.
Swing weight is practically when you move your rod and stop the rod, okay, you have resistance in the fiber, but if you add extra grams, that doesn't help stiffen up the rod. It's extra weight and it will go lower. And the swing weight, we used to call it when we have a high swing rate, you know, when it bounces quite a lot, rebound. These kinds of rods, if you measure the frequency in them, they have a lower frequency.
Yeah.
And we want to have quite a high frequency
To
in these
get
rods.
line speed.
To get line speed and also fast recover of the tip.
Yeah.
But we also want it to stop there. So that is one thing that helped change the frequency a little bit.
Yeah.
So the same blank with 2 different guides will change the frequency.
Yeah. We ended up in the series being, 8 rods, right?
Yeah.
And the 9-footer for a 6-7 is a light single-handed salmon and sea trout rod. Also good for coastal fishing. The 10-footer is a tougher single-handed rod that, you know, can be used for also sinking line fishing for bigger salmon. I caught 15 kilo salmon on a 10-foot 8. And then we have the 11-footer that is, I hate to call something swish, but it's a small 200 rod, and I fish it mostly single-handed. But it's super light, and it's become one of the favorites among a lot of people. Then we have the small 12-foot 7/8 sea trout, small salmon, small rivers. 13-footer. I would say the 13-footer is the old 14. The 13 handles bigger flies. It's an 8-9, and it handles big fish, and it casts as long as you need.
Yeah, it casts perfect. Super good.
And then the 14, 9, 10, which is, if you pick one, I think maybe it's a 14-footer if you want to buy your first.
Yeah, for salmon fishing, I mean, that's same for most people.
Standard.
If someone say, okay, if you're only going to buy one rod for salmon fishing, 14-foot 910 is a really good average for all kind of conditions.
Then we have the 15 for the bigger fish, bigger rivers, heavier lines, bigger flies. And then we have the 16-footer. I have not fished a lot of 16 since 80s, but now with this rod being, even if I'm old, but it's so light, and you get an extra foot and especially when you have a lot of boulders and you can control your fly in a better way. Also control a big fish, of course. It's you know, it's the rod that can do anything.
It's a machine.
It's a machine, yeah. Ready to go and catch a fish on them too.
Yeah,
Are you?
very much. We have spent some hours now having a demo here today, and now we're doing this filming, and
you want to go fishing.
and the salmon is passing by in the pool. We have had tough conditions all week with the high river level and up
now
and down.
Now the conditions are good. And
yes.
We're here talking about rods instead of using them.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go fishing, Thomas.
Yeah, absolutely.